Hello everyone and welcome back to the kitchen here at TPC Wisconsin. I'm Chef Nate and I'm going to show and demonstrate to you our Friday feature for this week. It's a pan-roasted boneless pork loin chop topped with agrodolce peaches over a vegetable blend of green beans, asparagus tips, cherry tomatoes, bacon lardons and shallots, and thyme-roasted fingerling red potatoes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get going. First thing we're going to do is we're going to work on our pork chop first. So we're going to start with a little bit of olive oil. Start with a little bit of butter. And then I'm going to take my boneless pork chop here. Just season it nice with some salt and pepper, both sides. I'm going to let this skillet heat up just a little bit. Set my boneless pork chop in there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and check our pork chop here to see where we're at. We're just looking for a nice golden brown, the outside there. So we're going to let that sear for just a little bit longer. While that's searing, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a little baste on it. So I'm going to add my fresh thyme, add some garlic cloves in there, add a good amount of butter. Go ahead and flip my pork loin chop over. And we'll go ahead and start basting here. We're going to go ahead and deglaze our pork chop with a little bit of white wine. Okay. And then we're going to add some vegetable stock to our pan. And we're going to go ahead and set this in the oven and let it cook. All right, now we're going to go ahead and start on our vegetable medley blend. So I'm going to start with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter. Go ahead and add in our green beans, add in our asparagus tips, add in our cherry tomatoes, add in some of our julienne shallots, add in some of our bacon lardons, all right, so our vegetables are looking pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and season them with some salt and pepper. Toss that together. We're going to deglaze with a little bit of white wine. Cook a little bit. So go ahead and our veggies with a little bit of vegetable stock. Let those cook. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and a little addition to our vegetable medley blend. We're going to do a little bit of balsamic glaze. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my balsamic vinegar. Add in a little bit of sugar. And we're just going to let that cook and reduce down so we get a nice little glaze consistency. All right, so our veggies are looking good. We'll go ahead and set those aside. Here are thyme roasted red fingerling potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and set these in the oven, get a good roast on them. So now we're going to work on the agrodolce peaches to top the pork loin chop. So first I'm going to start with adding a little bit of butter, and a little bit of olive oil. Heat up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and add in our peaches. We're just going to saute these just for a little bit. And then we're going to add honey and white balsamic vinegar. So agrodolce is an Italian, so it's Italian for sweet and sour. So basically we're going to end up with some nice little caramelized sweet and sour peaches. All right, so our balsamic glaze is looking good. We'll set that aside. Back to the peaches. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our honey. Adding our white balsamic vinegar. Now we're just going to reduce those two, the honey and the vinegar, we're just going to reduce those down into the peaches. Okay, so it looks like our peaches are doing pretty good. We got that sauce, that agrodolce sauce, kind of reduced a little bit by half. So last thing we're going to do is just add some fresh rosemary. Add that in there. We'll go ahead and mix that up. So we'll go ahead and set these aside. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start plating our dish. We're going to pull out our pork chop. That's where we're at. That looks really good. So go ahead and take our pork chop out. Set that aside. Okay, so first we're going to start with our vegetable medley blend. Just set that right down in the center. All of that. Okay. And next we're going to go ahead and plate our pork chop. We're just going to go ahead and shingle that right over the top. We'll take our peach rosemary agrodolce sauce. Just lay those over the top. All right, now we're going to take our thyme roasted red potatoes out of the oven. We're just going to go ahead and just kind of lay these around outside of the plate. And there you are, folks. Got a pan-seared boneless pork loin chop topped with agrodolce and rosemary peaches with a vegetable medley blend of cherry tomatoes, green beans, asparagus tips, and bacon lardons and shallots, and thyme roasted red potatoes.